When October 7th happened and there was this horrific Hamas terrorist attack into Israel that slaughtered hundreds of people, to include children and innocent people and people at that concert, I don't think anyone will ever forget that. The global public and the global United States especially was outraged, and understandably so, because they just killed a bunch of innocent civilian people. So everyone at that point said, because of all this reflexive support for Israel and the belief that, you know, they're all this democracy and a good guy, well, of course, they deserve to go after the Hamas people. I don't think anyone would say that they didn't. Because of that murder, they deserve to be brought to justice, the Hamas terrorists that did that. But it matters how you do it as much as what you do. And there is the big disconnect. Because of our blanket support for Ukraine, and I'm talking about at the official level and in the political level, and so many people get lots of support from Israel, and they've, you know, frankly, get a lot of their election support from Israel. Now then, they have to be able to say, that's too far. What you're talking about there, look, I personally have engaged in some of these military operations and have studied others that we did while I was on active duty, what it means to go into a highly dense populated area after terrorist or insurgent bad guys, and to have to try and take care of the population, and how you have what we call positive ID and targeted intelligence-driven operations, and how we have to be very careful not to destroy the infrastructure, but still go after the bad guys. I know what that looks like, and I'm telling you flat out, what we see daily on our screens in Israel is no semblance of that. What they are doing is systematically destroying the ability of the Palestinian people to live in Gaza after this is over. There's hardly any of this that's actually intelligence-driven. They're just methodically destroying everything that needs to be living there. So they're not taking care of anything, even though they say that on a daily basis, that they're trying to take care of it, and they're not. So this is going now in a way that is contradictory to American values, that contradicts what we try to hold the entire rest of the world to, that you can't have just wanton civilian casualties. You can't destroy civilian infrastructure while you're going after the bad guys. Nobody can do that following the law, but we have turned a blind eye. And, you know, Netanyahu, same words, but his actions never match it. And look, earlier today, just before we got on here, I saw that he released a statement that said, listen, we're going to go from the river to the sea. We have to be in control of all of that at the end of this. Of course, that means all of the West Bank and all of Gaza. So there's this idea of a two-state solution, even though President Biden says that is absolutely our intent. He's like saying no. And he said in this clip, and if we have to tell our friends no, that's what we have to do, because this is what we need to do for our security.
I clarify that in any other arrangement, in the future, the state of Israel have to control on the entire area from the river to the sea. This is what happens when you have sovereignty. This truth I say to our American friends. And I also stopped the attempt to impose on us a reality that will jeopardize us. A prime minister in Israel has to be able to say no, even to the best of friends. To say no when you need to, and to say yes when you can.
And I'm saying, okay, if that's what you want to do, I mean, we're not going to go to war against you. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to be sending plane loads of bombs and missiles and everything to you, billions of dollars with no strings attached, so that you can do something that is against our morals and against our national interest. And Cyrus, until some of American leaders are finally willing to say, enough is enough. What happened to you on October 7th is not a license to cause thousands of other innocent civilian people to die. And you're damn sure not going to do it with my money and with my bombs. We haven't done that yet, and I hope that changes soon.